All right, guys, we are on to our next mining stock review, and this time it's going to be Benchmark Metals. I really like this company because they're exploring in the prolific Golden Horseshoe in Canada, where there's been a lot of previous success of other mining companies and other exploration finds. And we're going to talk about why we think they'll be successful and why we're so positive about this company. Let's go ahead and get started into the presentation. So Benchmark trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange, BNCH. And again, here in the United States, OTCQX under BNCHF. Okay. If you want to find them, we're going to just roll down through the presentation and then we're going to break off and talk about their technical estimate here for a moment. So they have the Lawyers Gold and Silver Project here in British Columbia in Canada. Great mining district is Golden Horseshoe, where there've been a lot of great mining finds over the years. They're right here. Okay, so this is a good area, good mining district, known production. Those are good things to start off with here for this company. They, of course, have good, successful management. John Williams, 30 years in mining sector. As a geologist, is CEO and chairman. They have Michael Dufresne, 30 years mining sector professional geologist. So they have the geologists on board. They have Jim Craig as an MBA, 25 years mining sector. Sean Megger, 25 years mining sector. Jeremy Yasiniak, 20 years in financial markets. Toby Pierce, 25 years senior executive, public resource companies. So this team is really, really good. They know what they're doing. They're talking here a little bit about why you want to get into gold and silver. 2021 predictions per ounce of gold. Gold 2063, Bank of America, $29 silver. CIBC 2300 gold. Silver $32. So all of these banks thought that gold and silver would continue to rise. Of course, we're both in these. We've shown these charts a bunch of time. Here's the cup and handle in gold. Here is the silver price, not quite the same pattern, but rising as well. We think they're both bullish. Again, here's the golden triangle. You can see all the other projects that were successful in this. I'm sorry, the golden horseshoe, not the golden triangle here. And they've got one right on it. And they're close to Smithers and Prince George in the BC area. We're going to, oh, by the way, they have excellent location with access to infrastructure and power because they're in the golden horseshoe and it's been mined so much. So I wanted to point that out. They're not going to build everything to get there. Quarter 2 2021, this is the objectives. This is the news that you want to know about this company. The maiden bulk tonnage mineral resource estimate we're going to get into, that was done in quarter 2 of 2021. Then they were planning the resource expansion, and we're going to talk about that. They're also looking at engineering and environmental and permitting. They're already starting on that. Q3 and Q4 2021, the rest of the year, what you guys want to know. Drilling and field work up to a 100,000 meter program. Again, up to a 100,000 meter program. They're serious about drilling this bad boy out. 100,000 meters is a ton to do in 2 quarters. That's very aggressive. Advanced engineering and permitting, preliminary economic assessment. Whether they actually get all that drilling in the PEA done in just 2 quarters of the year, that would be fantastic. I don't know if they can do it. They may. That's what they have planned. If they do, expect a unrelenting stream of news from this company. And then 2022, updated mineral resource estimate, continuing on the permitting feasibility, and then a mining decision. It's very aggressive to go from 100,000 meters drilling to a PEA to a mining decision in the span of about a year and a half, but they can do it. It's happened before. And if they do, this is going to be a big story stock. A little bit about their shares, 159 million shares outstanding, which is not bad considering they have a resource estimate and they're going for 100,000 more meters of drilling. That ain't bad because they got $31.7 million in cash to pay for it. Now, Eric Sprott owns 20%, management and close associates 15%, 3 major fund groups, ASA, Merck Capital, Vanek Capital, Franklin Templeton. These are major dudes. That corporate finance experience that I showed you they had on management, it what leads them to get funding from these types of guys. We're talking serious, okay? When you get funding from those guys, they're in it. Those are very well-established financial partners to get invested in a project like this. And of course, you have analyst coverage, so Sprott Capital, Claris, and P1. Mining companies of this size don't typically have a lot of analyst coverage. So they've got analyst coverage. They've got major financial institutional support. They got Eric Sprott's support. They haven't over-diluted their shares. They've got cash, and they're about to go super aggressive on 100,000 meter drilling program. Each stock I'm showing you during this quarterly update gets progressively better and better and better. I mean, they just keep getting better. And this one is no doubt in that category of being a potentially really good stock for your portfolio. They did phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. This is resource discovery exploration. I'm not going to go over that. You can go over that in their presentation. But I want to go over their resource. This is the initial resource. 2,101,000 gold equivalent ounces in indicated, with an additional 821,000 ounces in inferred, 50 million ounces of silver with additional 18. So that's 68 million indicated and inferred silver ounces and almost 3 million gold ounces. That's a lot. And that is a lot. Here's the mineral resource, the yellow area. Here's the expansion potential, this area right here. They can still keep going. And this is US $1,600 per gold ounce shell. Of course, we know gold is trading higher and silver is trading higher than whatever assumption they made when they looked at silver. So whenever they come out with their updated economic assessment and mine decision, it's going to be very favorable with the gold and silver price we expect in the second half of the year. Remember, the gold love trade, the Asian nations, the love trade of gold, the jewelry is coming the second half of the year. It's going to raise gold and silver. So all these gold and silver companies we're previewing for you in the second half should do better just because gold and silver price traditionally raises the next 5 to 6 months throughout the year, where this is where you get the higher in gold and silver prices due to demand, both industrial and for investment demand. And that's why we think all of these gold and silver companies are going to rise in price just because of that, the underlying resource. But each one that we're previewing is farther down the line, you know, in those sweet spots of exploration into a mine decision. And so we're giving you a bunch of different options for you. All of them have either ounces in the ground, or in the case of the previous stock, Reyna, has really good potential as well. So here's a nice map showing you Cliff Creek and the open pit shell here, and then showing you some other places where they've had some rock grabs and other sampling, a very high amount. Look at rock grab at 16.1 grams per ton AU, 1,425 grams per ton silver in Marmot East. Marmot West beats that 3890 grams per ton silver, 61.3 grams per ton. This is just pulling rocks out of the ground or sampling off the ground. So this is the exploration potential. This is what they got now. This big bad boy right here is where they're doing a 100,000 meter drilling program, baby. And this could get really, really big. And again, it's in the established Golden Horseshoe, where there has been known production over hundreds of years in a great mining district. That's why we're positive about this stock. Now, they did file their independent technical report for its multi-million ounce gold and silver deposits. It's got all the data here. If you go to their news, it's got all the data here. This is June 30, 2021. I'm not going to go over all of it, but they got all the different charts for you. They show you the zones. They show you the resource. It's all here. It's all done according to Hoyle. Great geologists on board, great management experience, tons of years of experience in doing this. These guys are serious. They know what they're doing. And remember, they have the analyst support and the banking support that have invested in them. And this is what you call one of those really good companies that you think is going to do just really, really well. So I'm very positive about this company. Great management, great mining district, established resource, maiden resource estimate, going for a massive drilling program, financed for that, not over diluted, major institutional support, major analyst coverage support. What else do you want on this one? Again, we continue to bring you good companies because that's what we do here on the program. We want to bring you good potential investment targets, risk levels, extremely low risk level on the management side, low to moderate risk level on the resource side. And we think that's going to go low as they do a 100,000 meter program. In terms of the share dilution, low risk level. In terms of exploration potential, very low risk level or high return level. We think this is a very high floor stock and a high ceiling stock, both high floor, high ceiling. It's got those attributes. I think it's going to do well. And again, we're in the era of raising gold and silver prices, which is even better. You're finding these exploration companies advancing toward a mine decision in an era of rising gold and silver prices. That's the double whammy, the double bonus that you're going to get on some of these when you invest in them. Of course, we can make no guarantees, but we think the risk profile of this is very favorable. We think all the attributes of this are very favorable. So we like this one, Benchmark Metals, again, on the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture and the OTCQX here in the US. If you're trading in the US, you have access to that. Should be highly liquid in both markets and preferred for investors in both markets. All right, we're going to go on to our last mining stock.